And I know you can do this. I have every confidence that you can do this. You have unique gifts, and the world is just waiting for you to let them shine.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is Ben for Drop It Entertainment. I'm here in Toronto. Yeah, we caught up with Half Brother. He's a Canadian hip-hop artist. Yeah, here's the interview. How's it going, man? So yeah, can you tell me about the name Half Brother?
Definitely, yeah. So I used to perform under a different name, and when I was reevaluating what would represent me and what I do, I did a little thinking. I came up with kind of a two-sided list. One being organized, focused, and kind of driven. Another side just being more all over the place, just kind of running with things in the moment. It's like, I think everyone kind of has these halves that we deal with, you know, these conflicting sides that we have to reconcile in our life. So I came to the idea that we're all kind of like neighbors. We're all kind of like the person next door. So half brother is, you know, we might not be related by blood, but in one way or another, we all kind of have this thread running through us. So it touches on a couple of those ideas.
Can you talk about what inspires you to write in such a positive way?
I think that each time I approach writing or working on some different music, it's from a very different place. So one time it might be a heartbreak, or it might be some very difficult situation, and that pain just gives you something to fly off on. And with my old music under a different name, my first album was very much like that, a lot of really intense stories. And other times, some of the stuff that came from this album actually came from a challenge that a friend was posting on Facebook and try to write a song a day for 90 days or 100 days or whatever it was. Just by getting into that zone where I had to be free-minded, I had to let the thoughts flow and just play around with instruments, play around with whatever I started the music from. Usually I would be in kind of a brighter place, so this music on the album was really kind of a collection of some of that brighter stuff that I had.
You did a song a week?
A song a week. So the goal is going to be for an entire
music
year.
video.
A music video a week.
Do you want to grow up? I don't. Child for life. I will be a child for life.
Right, can I ask you about that whole experience? What inspired that? And did it come from this other sort of challenge thing?
Smile for life. I will wear a smile for life.
Similar idea. I know that I work well under deadlines and I kind of need those pressures, and otherwise it's really difficult. Like the music career has had periods where I rushed and pushed so hard for an album or so hard for a project, and then I can be a bit stagnant, and I think a lot of people can be that way. I was going into a new year. I started it right at the start of 2017. I just got off like a day job work contract that was pretty intense, and it kind of gave me the ability to have a little bit of savings and create more. So getting out of this really intense, really focused day job work, kind of in the way that YouTube vloggers do things, I knew that something pressure that was ongoing that would force me no matter what, get it done, no matter what I had to do. So I thought the most palatable kind of thing would be do like a 1-minute music video, do it every week, produce the music, write it, with nothing that I'd started before, just fresh from whatever happens in that week or in that time. I got a camera. Starting at week 7, you can see the production quality go up a little bit.
So how many in total are there?
So I made it for half the year. I did it for 6 months, so 26.
26 different songs, 26 different music videos, 1 per week.
A lot of them were 1 minute. I had to figure out how to jam kind of a song into a shorter period with a little bit of intro and everything.
So let's talk about the process. You've been working on the album since 2017. The album's called
I Heart You.
And can you tell me about the process of like start to finish, like just how that journey went?
So there were a couple songs that I had the ideas for even back then, and I kind of wanted to fit in, but didn't. You know, there's songs that I've been working on since a lot earlier, before I even really had any ambitions of making music at any sort of professional level. Some of them were ideas that I had from there. A lot of the music that I do is just here and there. I don't necessarily think album by album as I'm creating. It's just as the weeks go by, I have an idea or I have a challenge or whatever. With a bunch of demos and ideas, I went to Cooper, who's my producer, Cooper Maiden. He knows me pretty well, and I would push him, who is from mostly a hip-hop background, but who's pretty talented in a variety of areas. I'd push him to do things like on the Half Brother song, where there are 3 different genres switched throughout, section by section. From artists that I've listened to and respected, I like people who go all over the place. I like chaos, and he was one of the earlier people that I listened to for the Canadians who would be more likely to know.
Stare out my window, already know where I've been though.
You know, one song is indie rock, the next song is kind of this dub track, the next song is hip hop, and it flips around, and so I wanted to do that. I'll wrap up this long answer in that some of this started before I got to LA a couple of years ago. So when I was out there, I'd been trying to work with people to secure some of the features, which ended up being on Child for Life.
Child for Life.
And a couple other points in the album. Yeah, piece we got it done and produced and kept working on videos and other things that are on their way.
You mentioned LA, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. So do you live in Toronto and LA?
I live in LA for most of the time now, since November 2015, so 2.5 years.
Can you tell me the scene in LA versus the scene in Toronto? Like,
yeah, I think Toronto scene would probably be a lot more cohesive. Just like kind of everything that is in LA, it's huge and spaced out. A lot of people are not from there. They're kind of people hustling from wherever in the world they come from. Yeah, in LA, I think if you're trying to really do things like commercially, there's the access to meeting people and having people within arm's reach, whether or not you're capable of making that step or not. Whereas in Toronto, there were a lot more people I grew up with, I saw who I looked up to because I saw them taking a couple steps above me. And it was all a little bit closer, you know what I mean?
well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Is there anything you want to touch on? So your album is I Heart You. It's available on iTunes and Spotify right now. Go check it out. Check out Half Brother on YouTube, and definitely check out the video per week. It's pretty epic.
Music videos are coming out shortly, but otherwise I'm just happy to be here and happy to have it in everyone else's ears. And
yeah, check them out on YouTube. It's a wicked channel to check out. All right, guys, that was my interview with Half Brother. That is the first interview I've done for Dropout Entertainment myself, so awesome. Definitely check him out online, Half Brother. He's available on iTunes, and like and subscribe down below.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair. Now she stands high from